Excellencies, and distinguished delegates. I regret that I am unable to be with you today at the 4th CAP Oceans to share the experience of Seychelles. Unforeseen developments in the Gulf through which we had planned to travel have unfortunately prevented my attendance. Seychelles sits at the heart of a vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. Our maritime territory covers approximately 1.4 million square kilometers, placing us among the countries with the largest ocean jurisdictions relative to land size. For us, the ocean is not only a natural resource, but the foundation of our economy, identity, and future. We have established a strong track record in ocean conservation and are widely recognized for our leadership in advancing sustainable ocean governance. At the same time, our waters host some of the most important tuna stocks in the Indian Ocean, and industrial tuna fishing remains a key pillar of our economy. Balancing conservation with sustainable use is therefore a necessary and constant effort. Seychelles has approached this challenge with deliberate policy choices, including the early designation of extensive marine protected areas under our Marine Spatial Plan. We are proud of the progress we have made. We have already met the 30 by 30 protection target well ahead of the global timeline. Seychelles was the 4th country to ratify the Agreement on Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction, the BBNJ, and I believe the first African country to do so, with our National Assembly acting promptly in support of this global commitment. Only this week, my office has received notice of an intention for the presentation of a bill to establish a marine spatial planning agency, which will further strengthen the management of our exclusive economic zone and marine protected areas. In parallel, we are considering the establishment of a committee on environment, fisheries, and tourism within the National Assembly. This initiative is already receiving bipartisan support and will be chaired by myself as Speaker, reinforcing parliamentary oversight of these key sectors. I thank you for your attention.
I am sitting here in my office in the National Assembly in the Seychelles, in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Terribly sorry not to be with you at the 4th CAP Oceans in Mexico City. I wish great deliberations to you all during the course of this week. Conservation and protection of our oceans is something that our country holds incredibly dear. In fact, subsequent administrations have done a great deal in that respect. I had the privilege as leader of the House in the previous administration of seeing the High Seas Treaty through and finally getting it over the line. One example of how the High Seas Treaty helps is from our very own jurisdiction. Seychelles and Mauritius jointly manage an area of the continental shelf that our two countries share. That is the continental shelf. The column of water over the continental shelf is where the BBNJ, where the High Seas Treaty enters. This now allows us to manage that column of water over the continental shelf, giving us added protection, which we didn't have before the High Seas Treaty. In the middle of the ocean, as we are here, we are constantly cognizant of the fact that oceans need protection. And the High Seas Treaty has come at an incredible moment in our life, I must say. We in Seychelles have already got to the 30-30 limit, and we've done that ahead of time. And that is because we have worked very, very hard to make sure that we could do this. In consequence, we know what there is to do, and we are here to help any other nations that are still going through the process of reaching the 30-30 goal. Count on me, count on us. If you need any information, if you need any assistance, we are here for you. Allow me to thank PGA, Parliamentarians for Global Action, for the dedicated effort of its Oceans program and of its team that lead the program. The team has been excellent in preparation, in dissemination of information, in helping individual parliamentarians to do the work that we have to do in our individual parliaments. So well done, PGA. Thank you very much for the work that we do and that we will continue to do in the preservation of our oceans. Best wishes for the conference.